All right, welcome to review days. You have a final exam for this class. The last 3 days of class, each of you will take it a different day, or each class will take it a different day, but it will be that last week. And so you have a final exam study guide that can be found on Schoology. In fact, before you watch this video, you probably should have that in front of you. That's the purpose of these videos. It is a fill-in-the-blank style study guide. And so the idea is for these videos is that you would have that study guide in front of you, and then I go through it and help you to fill in the blanks. It's similar to what we'll do in class, stretching it out a little bit longer. You're getting kind of a condensed version of that. So stop this right now and go print the study guide if you don't have it yet. But I'm going to go ahead and work through the Unit 1 study guide information. So at the top there it says Marine Science Intro. Marine science gives a definition there: the study of the ocean, its ecosystems, and its life forms, as well as a study of coastal environments, ocean currents, and the sea floor. Second bullet point: the Earth is 71% water, 29% land. Of that water, 97.5% of it is in the oceans. That leaves 2.5% of Earth's water as fresh water. 2.5 is your first blank there. And then third bullet point there, roughly 50% of Earth's oxygen is generated by marine organisms. There are some different estimates about that are out there, but that's what our textbook offers. All right, moving to the history section. First bullet point under history there: humans have been using the sea since early times. Clamshells, which are approximately 165,000 years old, have been discovered in a cave that was inhabited by humans in South Africa. That's one of our earliest examples of witnessing how the sea being used by humans. Greek philosopher Aristotle, that's your next blank there under history. Aristotle described many forms of marine life and recognized the function of marine organism body parts. He was starting to think about why their body parts are what they are. During the Dark Ages, that's your blank there, scientific inquiry came to a halt in Europe, but there are some other places around the world, people like the Vikings, Arabs, and Pacific Islanders, that continued their ocean studies during the Dark and the Middle Ages, where it was not happening throughout most of Europe. Charles Darwin sailed on the HMS Beagle. That's your blank there. From 1831 to 1836 as a naturalist, someone studying nature. Originally, he was working on the study of barnacles and put out some great work there. Eventually went on to write The Origin of Species, what he's most well known for. Last bullet point there under history, the Challenger expedition. This is an expedition from 1872 to 1876. First major exploration devoted to the study of marine organisms. There was a British warship that had been refitted for scientific purposes. And then looking at the scientific method, our last part of Unit 1. The scientific method is a systematic way of testing a hypothesis in a controlled artificial environment. The scientific method begins with that hypothesis, a testable statement that's constructed from observation and reasoning. The hypothesis must be worded so that it is testable. It's got to be testable. And then just a little hint there, if-then statements work really well in forming a hypothesis. Note that you cannot prove a hypothesis, you can only disprove it. And then looking at different types of variables there, we got two back-to-back blanks. The independent variable is the first one there, which is the one that is manipulated. That's the one that the experimenter, is manipulating, intentionally changing it. The next one is the dependent variable. This is the variable that's responding to that independent variable. So you're changing the independent to see how it impacts, and you're measuring the dependent variable. Let's see what we got. Two more here in scientific language. A theory is a hypothesis that has been tested repetitively over time by many people and has not been disproven. Just a reminder there, we use the word theory a little bit differently in common language, just in our everyday conversations, but in scientific terms, it's a hypothesis that has been tested repeatedly and is yet to be disproven. And then note that a theory explains an observed pattern in nature, whereas a law describes an observed pattern in nature. So there you go for Unit 1. I will continue to do this for the rest of our units and offer you a chance to walk through it with me and fill in the blanks that are missing on your study guide. I encourage you to take the exam seriously. Try to do the best that you can. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns with this process or any way that I can further help you make sure that you're going to be ready for the exam. Peace.